What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. So today what I got for you guys, we're going to go over and talk about the upcoming DLC weapons for the Season 2 Reloaded update. There's actually over 6 brand new weapons that are going to be introduced just in this update alone, which is more than the main update itself. So that's what we're going to be talking about and covering. If you find the video informative or helpful, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, a reminder, I am doing an operator bundle giveaway. If you want a chance to win one, all you got to do is comment down below your Activision ID and which operator bundle you want. This is the next winner for this weekend. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump into it. So the Reloaded update goes live the 20th, so 5 days from now we get the brand new update on Thursday at around 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. In terms of the marketing schedule, it looks like they are on track in the same exact way that they did the Season 1 Reloaded update. So basically they'll officially market some sort of a teaser like they did with TMNT the other day, around a week before the actual update goes live, and then the Monday before the update goes live they will drop the entire roadmap and the blog post covering all of the details that we need to know about the event, the DLC weapons, the maps, and all of the new content being added. So that's the current schedule that we have. Another thing to expect is within the next few days we should get the file size for how big this update is going to be. Usually Battle.net will get that early access download first. So far they have not received that, so either this weekend or starting at the beginning of next week we'll get a little bit more intel on that information. And then PlayStation game size will also let us know for the PlayStation users how big the update is. So that's the current schedule that we have. Now what I want to talk about today is the new DLC weapons. Usually a Reloaded update will not add that many DLC weapons, but this one, it looks like there's 6 different items coming in. The very first set that we have, which is pretty obvious, those are the first 4 that leaked previously, and these are the TMNT weapons. So we have the dual katanas, which come in for Leonardo, and we've already seen in the artwork in itself that that is a guaranteed weapon that's going to be coming in. You see the tier 100 using it. Black Cell also has it on his back, so it's pretty confirmed that that weapon is going to be coming in, and with the teaser crossover we know for a fact it's happening. And then Raphael has the dual size, so I'm guessing they're probably going to implement them in the same exact way that they have in Ninja Turtles. So the size are obviously going to be dual wield, so that's going to be coming in for him as well. And then Michelangelo, he has the dual nunchucks, so it doesn't look like it'll be just one of them, but there might actually be 2. I don't know how they're going to implement that. We've seen nunchucks in Call of Duty before, but every single time it was single, and then this time around it sort of has to match Ninja Turtles, and Michelangelo uses 2 of them, so potentially dual wield. And then the last weapon that we have on the list is the bow staff. That's only one, and that comes in for Donatello. So we know about these 4 weapons. There's 2 different ways that you can unlock them. One, through an event, as every single DLC weapon has been unlockable since the start of Black Ops 6. There's just an event, you do some challenges for it, you complete them, and then you're able to get the weapons. And then there's always the second way that you can unlock them, and that is by purchasing a bundle with that weapon as a blueprint in it. And obviously every Ninja Turtle is going to have their own unique weapon blueprint, and so if you decide to purchase that, you won't have to complete the entire event to get these weapons. So these are the 4 that we already know of. Now the 5th one, this one's very questionable because according to leakers, it's mentioned in the files that there will be a skateboard. We know that the grind map is coming in with an apparent LTM mode, so it's probably going to have to do with skateboards. That much is pretty obvious. Now the question is, will it be a melee weapon, and will it be something that you're going to be able to access and use, like smack people with a skateboard, and it'll be something that goes in the melee weapon slot? Or will it be something that you're only able to use for a limited time in that LTM mode? Because it's mentioned in the files, it doesn't specifically, I guess, tell us, because he said that it could potentially end up being just affiliated with a finishing move, and that could probably be why they have that. There are spears in the files at the moment, and they're not actual DLC weapons, but they're a part of finishing moves, so it could sort of be the same exact thing in this case. So at the moment that 5th weapon is not guaranteed to actually be a DLC weapon. We're not sure of that yet. Now every weapon that I've listed so far has been a melee weapon. Now this update does give us one weapon that is not melee, and here's a couple of teasers that Call of Duty gave us. They said Season 2 offers an incredible choice of armaments for those operators favoring close combat takedowns. Expect to fill your melee loadout slot with multiple additional hand-to-hand weapons coming at the mid-season. So these are all of the ones we spoke about, but they said plus a rip-roaring projectile armament coming later on. Expect more information in the Season 2 Reloaded blog. So Call of Duty confirmed there will be a projectile weapon. They mentioned that this is going to be something that's either in the special class or in the launcher class based on the way that they worded it. And whatever this weapon is, it's going to launch some sort of a razor sharp item. Now, there's a couple of things that we know about Call of Duty's history. The first thing is a crossbow is out of it because that was actually an attachment that was already added. So that's something that we could completely rule out. Another thing that it could potentially be is a nail gun that obviously fires sharp nails that could eliminate players. And that's something that I previously guessed could potentially come in. We've seen that added in multiple Call of Duty titles, so it would make sense for them to bring back here into the game. Now, the thing is, it may not end up being this one because we ended up getting additional information from Hey I'm Alex over on Twitter. So he's a leaker. He went into the files and he found this. It said there's a new weapon known as the blade launcher. So he said they're giving us the name of the weapon, a special weapon, and it is supposedly called the blade launcher, meaning that it's not going to be a melee. It's going to be in that special category. Now, there's a couple other options that it could be. So the very first one, many people were assuming that this could be the ballistic knife because it's literally a blade launcher. I could be wrong, but every single Black Ops title that I can recall had a form of a ballistic knife in the game. So that's not anything new. And obviously, because it's a Black Ops title, they're probably going to add that in at some point into the game. And from what I remember is in the earlier Call of Duty titles, it was classified as a melee weapon, but then later on, for example, when we got into Cold War, it was classified as a special weapon. So it sort of matches the theme that Call of Duty is mentioning, that it's not going to be a melee weapon and it's more of like a special launcher category type of class. So that would make the most sense because we've seen that with other Call of Duty titles. And even way back in like Black Ops 3, it was one of those weapons that was never added at the launch of the game, but always came in as additional DLC content in a prior update. And I actually remember covering this way back in Black Ops 3. That's the weapon that I personally think it's going to be with the new update. Now, there is another option, and that is the D13 sector. It was first introduced in Black Ops 3. It was basically a projectile launcher, very similar to what Call of Duty is saying here, and it would fire a razor sharp disc that would basically bounce off the wall an unlimited amount of times for a duration of 5 seconds. So anyone in its path would get eliminated. And since we're on the subject of it, I would like to show you guys a trick shot that I hit way back when they first introduced it into the game. Now, a weapon like this was super fun. It was something that every single person in Black Ops 3 at the time when it came out was trying to unlock it and use it because it was probably one of the funnest weapons that you can have access to at the time. I don't think it ruined or dominated the meta in any sort of way, but it was just the fact that everyone in multiplayer was running it. This could be something that Call of Duty definitely needs to have, something that people would enjoy using and playing with. But at the moment, it seems like this one is possible, but it could be too overpowered for them to add into, say, Warzone. I mean, if you're in Warzone and you throw something like this, which is typically supposed to be a one shot, that could eliminate and squad wipe a whole enemy team that could be camping maybe in a room or something along those lines. So could they potentially add this and nerf it? I believe we've seen a variant of this in World War II Zombies, and it came in the form of a wonder weapon known as the Ripsaw. So that's how overpowered it was. At some point, they actually made it into a wonder weapon because of how good it played out, and it was definitely something overpowered in Zombies. So I can't imagine it here in Black Ops 6 how overpowered it would be in multiplayer Zombies as well as Warzone. So that could be potentially something maybe they don't add in, or they're gonna heavily nerf. If they do add it in, maybe allow it to only bounce once or twice before it disappears. But what are your thoughts and opinions on these DLC weapons that are supposed to release here with the Season 2 Reloaded update? Is there something you're looking forward to? Would you prefer the ballistic knife, the nail gun, or the D13 sector? But that's all that I got for you guys here in this video. Thank you guys for tuning in. It's been your boy Trizo, and I'll see you guys on the channel again. Peace.